All right, I think we're ready to do this. How you feeling? Oh, I'm ready. Welcome to BOOZHOO, Ninokomis, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I'm happy to see you here with us today. Now say hello to Natasha, my sweetheart. Ikadon BOOZHOO weenie mooshay. BOOZHOO Gakina, hello everybody. I'm happy to be here today. All of us under a spell. We know that it's probably ooh, yeah. Ziggy played guitar, jamming good with Weird and Giddy and the spiders from Mars. He played in left hand, but he made it too far. Became a special man, then we were Ziggy's band. Ziggy really sang, screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo, like some cat from Japan. He could lick 'em by smiling, he could leave 'em to hang. Came on so loaded man, well hung Snow White tan. So where were the spiders? While the fly tried to braid our bones, just a beer light to guide us. Well, we bitched about his fans and said we'd crush his sweet hands. Ooh, yeah. And Ziggy played guitar. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. BOOZHOO, BOOZHOO, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am BOOZHOO, and on the guitar over here, Michael Lyons. Zikadon BOOZHOO Niji. Hey everybody. And today we have a very special, I say that every day. We have a very special show. Because I was thinking, I was thinking about the other day we did this show on mothers. And, it was a tribute to the great moms. And it occurred to me, you know what? I should say something about grandmas. So today's Ojibwe word of the day, Ninokomis, grandmother. And how is there any more powerful figure in your life than your grandma? For so many families, grandma is the matriarch. You know, grandma's really the one who's carries on the traditions. You want to know who's really responsible for those Christmases and that? That's grandma. I mean, sure, she'll put grandpa at the head of the table and he can carve the turkey, but it's grandma that does all the heavy lifting on the holidays. And so I was thinking about my grandma, right? And how, a lot of us Anishinaabe people, we like to talk about, oh, wow, my grandmother, she was a great bead worker. Oh, wow, she was really traditional. She could speak the language. Oh, wow, my grandfather, he was a warrior. Whatever. And we like to tell the stories that really showcase just how, how traditional our ancestors were. And I think in some ways that sort of helps us feel, like good natives, more savage than average. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of our grandmothers are the what they call the boarding school survivors. My grandma, Ninokomis, my grandmother, she was a boarding school survivor, meaning, she graduated from boarding school with honors. She went on to college, and for the rest of her life, her whole life, she was a Bible banging evangelical Christian. She wasn't she wasn't going to sweat lodge ceremonies. She was an Ogichida Ikwe. She was a leader, a warrior of the church for Jesus. And so, naturally, she would bring all her grandchildren to church every week too. And, she'd have us all going to Sunday school, and a lot of that part of my spiritual upbringing was my grandmother played a big role. And isn't that really kind of traditional in a way? I mean, in the days before, what they call colonization, grandma would have had something to do with the spiritual life of the family. But anyway, so that was my grandma. She was really, really involved in the church. And I was thinking it might be nice just to kind of honor her. And I was thinking, what would she want? And so what I'd like to do is read when I was a little guy. It's funny. When I was like 5, they had a what you call it, a Christmas pageant, and they dressed me up like an angel. And honestly, I don't even remember it. But fast forward 40 years, and I'm with my grandma at that same church, and she sees one of her old friends. She's like, "Oh, hey Gladys, come here. Here's my grandson. You remember him, don't you? He was the one who was dressed up like that angel." And no joke, that lady remembered. She was like, "Oh yeah, oh, you were so cute." But anyway, so she was always dressing me up for these pageants. And one year we had this Christmas program, and the kids all had to read a Bible passage. And then she also orchestrated for some piano music. And so we do like the manger scene and that. I should have read this at Christmas. But this is in honor of my grandmother. This is Psalms 23, verse 1 through 4. And Michael, would you put a little guitar on that?
Yeah, sure, you got it.
All right. Psalms 23. Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Oh, wow, nicely done there, Niji. Psalms 23. And, if you're ever in doubt, ask yourself, what would Grandma do? It's usually the right thing. All right. Well, that was for you, Ninokomis. That was for my grandmother. Oh, wow. BOOZHOO, and welcome back to the show. And let's call that song Wada Heya Heda Ho. We just wrote that. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. I was blind, but now I see. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And I once was lost, but now I am found. I was blind, but now I see.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Oh, what?
Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. I'll wake up out of Duke-a-pot and nobody knows this part of the song. At least, I don't. Where da 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 dum. You need cooling, baby. I'm not fooling. Wanna send you back to schooling. Wanna give you my love, baby. Wanna give you my love.
You know, realize, oh, that's all despair. I gotta quit watching that nonsense. What's really going on? You know, what is reality? And then your emotions. You know, are you being led by your emotions? Do you have no filter? You know, do you think, oh, I feel this way, therefore it is real? Maybe your feelings aren't so important. Maybe sometimes you just gotta suck it up and go, you know what? I'm tired of being unhappy. I'm gonna change stuff. If I can't be happy, I'm gonna be optimistic. You know what? Like right now, I'm kind of struggling, but I won't always be. You know, someday I'll look back and go, oh, those were the hard days. I'm so much happier now that I got through the hard times. You know, live it up. It may never be this bad again. And you'll want to remember what it's like.
Stood there in the back of the church of the broken people. Listen to the walking wounded tell their stories. My turn came and I told them my name. I said, this ain't my first time. Then a man started talking about the devil and the bottle was ruining my life. Last night on my breath, I stood up and said, it ain't the whiskey, it
stuff I smoke. It's all these things I can't forget. It ain't the hard time. It ain't the all night. It ain't that easy. It ain't the whiskey that's killing me. Dutje manado, da we duka wishin. We need G, not a good wonderman. G o dappen a man and nu the gashki katose one. G anji sadoyan. G de apichi de ayan. G anji sadoyan. The gashki katoyan. G de apichi nabwakayan. G came the man, oh no. Watch get your money do. Watch. There's an dawi egg. On the mat there. It's the Serenity prayer. Ojibwe. It ain't the whiskey. It ain't the cigarettes. It ain't the stuff I smoke. It's all these things I can't forget. It ain't the hard time. And it ain't the all night. No, it ain't that easy. And it ain't the whiskey that's killing me. That's killing me. That's killing me. It ain't the whiskey. It ain't the whiskey. Oh. And yeah, let's leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Miigwech Ganawabi Egg. BOOZHOO, Nana BOOZHOO. The podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Nana BOOZHOO, and on the guitar, Michael Lyons. And I will see you again. Gigawabamin, Min, Minowa. Hoa. All right.